Hello everyone, it's Ozarafon here. Today I will be reviewing the races of July, which include Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Pocono. Before I get started, I just wanted to say subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment on this video, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Share this video, check out my other content, and as always, thanks for watching. Qualifying was canceled due to rain. So on Saturday, we get ready for the start of the race, and Nascar postponed the race due to weather to 1 p.m. Really, NASCAR? Not even further into the evening so we can get a night race. A night race at Daytona was too hard to ask. I get that it was raining, but just why not do it at 9 p.m.? And I have no chance of rain, but you did it at 1 p.m., so we'll see how the racing turns out. Oh, and by the way, the rain may or may not strike during the race. You'll have to see it nearing the end of this video. So the green flag waves, and we see a mediocre racing through stage 1. We saw Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano dominate. During the green flag pit stops, Denny Hamlin almost spun into his teammate Kyle Busch. On the last lap, Joey Logano made a move and won the stage 1 over Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ryan Blaney. So far this race has been relatively boring, so I hope stage 2 can provide better racing. So this stage was more entertaining, and Brad Keselowski, using his mentality from practice, almost turned Kevin Harvick. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was clear for the lead until he tried to block Kurt Busch and spun through the infield grass. No major damage. The next incident happened when Kurt Busch spun around. No major damage. Then the big one struck, when Kevin Harvick accidentally shoved Brad Keselowski into the outside wall. Kevin Harvick hit the outside wall as well as David Reagan, and then the Daniels spun to the inside, Suarez and Hemrick. That would end Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, and David Reagan's day. At this point, Austin Dillon took the lead and dominated the rest of stage 2, and wins it over Alex Bowman and William Byron. Dillon's second career stage win, and second in the last 7 stages. This stage was good actually. Let's see what the final stage has in store for us. The final stage had amazing racing, 3 wide through the field. Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, and Paul Menard fought hard for the lead. Hamlin took the lead, and Dillon made a move to get it back. Harvick got in the wall a little after blowing a right front tire. No caution though. Then the bigger one struck when Austin Dillon tried to clear Clint Bowyer and made a slight contact, which turned Austin Dillon around in front of the entire field. Dillon hit Hamlin, Logano, and Stenhouse, Elliott and Blaney. Eric Jones spun and hit Alex Bowman. Kyle Larson turned Kyle Busch. Paul Menard and Martin Truex Jr. piled in. Bubba Wallace ran into Kyle Busch, and Ryan Preece hit Martin Truex Jr. Ty Dillon ran into the back of Matt Benedetto, and as the cars spun down to the inside, they turned Chris Buescher and the last remaining Toyota Parker Kligerman. This ended Dillon, Bowyer, Elliott, Blaney, Preece, and Kligerman's day. So NASCAR gave the signal for 1 to go, and a lightning bolt was seen 7 miles from the racetrack, and they sent the cars to pit road, and after 2 hours, they decided to call it. So who was the winner? Kurt Busch? One of the Hendrick guys? No, Justin Haley, of all people, for Spire Sport, Entertainment Spire Motorsports, whatever it's called. No, Justin Haley wins this race. Haley is in his 3rd Cup race and isn't even running for Cup Series points and won. So some topsy-turvy results. Haley won, followed by Byron and Johnson. 5 drivers got their best career finishes. 5 of them. Haley first, Byron for 2nd, Ty Dillon 4th, Corey LaJoie 6th, and Tift 9th. At least Haley has bragging rights to say that he has won a race this year, earlier than Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, William Byron, the entirety of Stuart Haas Racing, and the entirety of Chip Ganassi Racing. In Kentucky, Daniel Suarez started on the pole alongside teammate Eric Almirola. The green flag waved and SHR dominated the first 50 laps, with Suarez leading all of them, Almirola and Kevin Harvick right behind them, and the first caution came out when Chase Elliott blew a tire and hit the wall. So crew chiefs made some strategy calls, and Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch restarted on the front row, with Busch instantly taking the lead until Corey LaJoie spun in turn 3. Then Landon Castle got loose and spun into Bailey Curry. So Kurt won the first stage after a little battle against Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. This stage was actually pretty good. After pit stops, we see Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who stayed out on the caution, lead the stage. He continued to lead until he had to pit under green due to him staying out. Kyle Busch then took the lead, and Daniel Suarez pitted and went a lap down. He sped on pit road and lost 2 more laps, and then he was 3 laps down, almost 4 down. BJ McLeod went to the garage due to electrical issues. Busch continued to lead until a pit cycle, which put him back in the lead. He won stage 2 over Austin Dillon and Eric Jones. Nice run by Dillon, but that day would end instantly as he had a mechanical issue. This stage was just okay to watch. So the restart would put Clint Bowyer in the lead, and I think this could be Clint's best shot at a race win, as he led about 40 laps on the day. Jimmy Johnson blew a right rear tire and spun off in turn 2. This would give Daniel Suarez his lap back, and he now is on the lead lap. If he wins this could be the best comeback since Bill Elliott at Talladega. Clint Bowyer and Kurt Busch traded the lead a few times, and before you knew it, Kyle Busch, Logano, Almirola, and Jones were all caught up to these guys until Bowyer had to pit. Busch took the lead until he had to pit. Then Kyle Busch led for 13 laps and pitted. Hamlin for 5, then he pitted. Newman for 15 and pitted. And Suarez for 3, and then he pitted. And then it turned into a battle between Joey Logano and Kyle Busch for the lead. Logano grabbed and led, and just when it seemed he would take the victory, boom, caution for Darrell Wallace Jr., who spun in turn 2 due to a blown tire. So the race would come down to the Busch brothers, Logano and Jones, with Logano immediately falling back on the restart, and a 3-wide battle between Jones and the Busch brothers. Jones backed out, and Kyle and Kurt were left for the battle. Kurt Busch won an insane battle and won it over Kyle Busch and Eric Jones. Congratulations to Kurt Busch and Matt McCall, the crew chief, on their victory. So this race had strategy, a new winner, and a finish that will be remembered for years to come. At New Hampshire, NASCAR added some grip to the first and third lanes so more passing opportunities could be created. Brad Keselowski starts on pole. The green flag waves and Kyle Busch leads lap 1. Kyle starts putting together a dominating performance until Brad Keselowski takes the lead from Busch. Austin Dillon blows a tire and gets into the wall. 3 weeks in a row of mechanical issues or crashes for Austin Dillon. He is 22nd in points right now, way out of the playoff picture. He definitely needs a win, and this isn't going to help him any. We go back to green as Eric Jones grabs the lead. Kyle Busch, after 3 laps, takes it back from Jones and grabs the Stage 1 victory over Jones and Eric Almirola. This stage was just okay to watch. Stage 2 begins with Kyle Busch leading the field to green. Nothing happened until Chase Elliott started to leak oil and the Daniels collided for the second time in 3 races and both spun around. This would end Daniel Hemrick's day, but Daniel Suarez would end up continuing. Busch continued to lead until Eric Jones and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. made contact and sent Stenhouse right into the wall. Stenhouse said that Jones had one coming. So is Stenhouse planning some revenge? We'll have to wait and see. For the time being, Stenhouse chalks up his 3rd DNF of the year. Meanwhile, his teammate Ryan Newman, his worst finish in 20 races, 24th. Then Eric Almirola calls a strategy move and leads the field to green, and his teammate Clint Bowyer and Martin Truex Jr. make contact on the restart. So another restart happens, and Almirola wins stage 2 over Joey Logano and Ryan Newman. This stage was actually pretty good, besides a few bad calls by NASCAR. So stage 3 begins with Denny Hamlin emerging out of nowhere and taking the lead. Nothing happened until Austin Terrio had a rear gear issue and went to the garage. After that, Kyle Busch got into the wall in turn 1. That's surprising. On the restart, Kyle Larson goes for a spin after contact with Alex Bowman. So the next time, the restart is more calmed down, and Hamlin continues to lead until Kyle Larson again spins in turn 2, ending his day. So after a dumb penalty call on Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick leads the field, as they go back green flag racing. Kevin Harvick ends up holding off Denny Hamlin to win it after a thrilling battle, including a bump and run, as well as Hamlin hitting the wall. This race was good actually. A first-time winner this year, strategy, different contenders, bad penalty calls, and a finish that will be remembered for years to come. For Kevin Harvick, this is a relief. In this season, he has either been wrecked out of the race, his car falls off at the end, he has an average car, a painfully average car, having a loose wheel, starting the race on pit road, or his crew messes up. So this is a relief for the 4 team. At Pocono, Nascar added more grip to the track. Kevin Harvick won the pole for the race alongside Joey Logano. So many cars had to go to the rear today, including Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, William Byron, Reed Sorensen, Corey LaJoie, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, and Jimmy Johnson due to inspection failures, and then Chase Elliott, Darrell Wallace Jr. for backup cars. That's 11 cars. I was 13 last year, so I guess it's okay. So the race starts, and Harvick leads lap 1 and leads until lap 39 when Kyle Busch took the lead and led until the end of stage 1 and won it over Logano and Harvick. So this stage was pretty good. In stage 2, Kevin Harvick started with the lead and led until lap 79 until Kyle Busch took the lead and led until Chase Elliott blew a right front tire and smacked the wall in turn 3. Chase Elliott has been horrible since Michigan. Oil pressure issue at Sonoma, caught up in a big wreck at Daytona, hitting the wall twice in Kentucky, more oil issues in New Hampshire, and now this. Chase Elliott has fell from 3rd in the standings to 8th in the standings, 2 points ahead of 9th place Eric Almirola. Busch took the lead until a caution for rain happened at lap 93 and went back to green at lap 95. And Kyle Busch pitted with a few to go in stage 2, handing the stage win to Jimmy Johnson, who grabbed his 2nd career stage win over Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano. But neither of Johnson's stage wins had him out front before 4 laps to go in the stage. So this stage was just okay. Also at the end, Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney made big contact, sending Blaney around. So in stage 3, we see Denny Hamlin for the 2nd week in a row lead them back to the green at the beginning of stage 3. Ryan Preece slammed the wall in turn 1, forcing another restart, so Kyle Busch leads them back to the green flag. And a lot of talk on the radio about fuel mileage. Also, David Reagan took his car to the garage. You can tell that an organization is dominant when all 4 cars are running in the top 4. That's exactly what Joe Gibbs Racing was up to for a few laps. Kyle Busch leading, Eric Jones 2nd, Hamlin 3rd, and Martin Truex Jr. 4th. Until Kyle Busch pitted, and Jones took the lead for a few laps, and then Hamlin took the lead back away. It looked like we were going to have our first fuel mileage race since 2018 at Talladega. But then the caution flew because Josh Bilicki had drive shaft issues and stopped on Long Pond straightaway, forcing a restart and ensuring that everyone could make it on fuel. So much for a fuel mileage race. So on the restart, Kurt Busch ran into the wall and then was turned by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Kurt also turned Michael McDowell around. So Daniel Suarez was penalized on the restart for laying back on it. The 3rd straight week that someone has had a warning or was penalized on a restart. So forcing another restart, Denny Hamlin would grab the win over Eric Jones and Martin Truex Jr., giving a 1-2-3 sweep for Joe Gibbs Racing. So this race was good in stage 3, but other than that, not so much. So this race was okay to good, to be honest. Maybe a 6 to a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So July had relatively boring racing at worst and good racing at best. So July featured first-time winners, strategy, finishes that will be remembered, bad penalty calls, and different contenders. So looking at the grid, we have 9 drivers locked in the playoffs, with Almirola, Blaney, and Byron looking really good. Larson and Jones looking good, and Boyer and Newman just need to stay consistent. Johnson is on the outside, just needs to stay consistent. Suarez is looking bad, but he just needs a good day to vault him up. The rest are probably in must-win scenarios, unless if they can get a string of top 5 finish, which probably won't happen. As for drivers, Joe Gibbs Racing has taken a step back from last month, as has Team Penske looking at wins. But Denny Hamlin and Eric Jones have taken big steps forward from last month. Stewart-Haas Racing and Hendrick Motorsports have been better in some ways. Kevin Harvick and William Byron have taken the biggest steps forward from the two organizations. Meanwhile, Almirola, Boyer, Johnson, and Bowman have taken some small steps backwards. Chase Elliott and Daniel Suarez have both fallen off a cliff, though. Penalties, crashes, bad pit calls, oil issues, hitting the wall have plagued both teams. Chip Ganassi Racing has taken a step forward, with Kurt Busch getting a win and Kyle Larson getting 2 top 5s. Ross Fenway Racing is the last team that is in playoff contention. Ryan Newman has taken a step forward, meanwhile Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has taken one back. That will end this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, comment on this video, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Share this video, check out my other content. As always, thanks for watching.